Hello, I'm Mike DeLauro and I'm with Venustat and I'm here to show you how to install a LabPRO. So the first thing you're going to want to do is grab this clamp. This clamp has two knobs that you're going to use to adjust it to any side of the phlebotomy chair. Now you're going to pick a side of the phlebotomy chair that you think is going to be best for the patient. The patient's arm is likely going to be out at an angle, so imagine that. Imagine where the patient's arm is going to be. Do you want the patient's arm in front of you? Do you want it to the side of you? Today I'm going to show you how to install it off to the side. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that these threaded knobs are in their downward position so that you have as much extension on the clamp as possible. Once you're there, we're going to pick a place on the chair. I like to pick a spot that's maybe 1 foot from the backrest on either side of the phlebotomy chair. Because the clamp is going to compress on the phlebotomy chair, don't worry too much about the vinyl upholstery. It will respond to it. It will not rip or tear. It might take a little bit of compression, but once you're able to compress the back end of the chair, then you're going to slide it forward until you could feel it sort of contact the end of the sidearm. And once it's there, as forward as you can get, then you're going to begin to tighten. So you're going to tighten each arm, white knuckle tighten, which really means you don't want to tighten it with a wrench, but you want to tighten it just enough so that you feel it firm and snug. This is really the only installation that you're going to need to do for this product, and you'll see in a second. Okay, so now we're tight. That is the first step. The second step you're going to want to do is make sure that this blue handle here is out of the way of this inner bore, because you're going to take the LabPRO unit itself and slide it into the inner bore. There's a button knob here that you're going to want to depress as it slides down into the hole here. You'll hear it click once it goes all the way down. Once it's down, you now have a device that can rotate freely in that direct position on the chair. So once you've installed the first clamp, if you ordered 2 clamps, which we always encourage you to do so that you can draw from a patient's left or right arm, you'll take the second clamp and find a location that suits you. What we like to do is go on opposite ends of the chair. I position this clamp here about a foot away from the chair. You could be a foot away from on the other side. You can be on the front of the chair. We're just going to go as close to the opposite end of the chair as we can. And so just like before, you'll just simply open the clamp up to its open position and then slide it forward. So you want to make sure it's as snug as possible. Once it's on, again, you're going to be tightening these 2 knobs here. So if you prefer to access the patient's opposite arm, simply depress the button down below, you'll pull it out from the clamp and move it to the other side. Fitting it into the clamp works the same way. You're going to depress this button here and slide it right down in through the bore. And now you have complete access to the opposite side of the patient.